Driving through Mooresville here, you can see all the power trucks lined up still trying to get power on in some of these communities. A couple of hundred people at last check still without power. You can see from massive trees like this that are just down, snapped, uprooted, power lines hanging and dangling, crews working tirelessly to get the lights back on. Now, late last night, the National Weather Service was able to confirm that a tornado did come through this area in Mooresville. It took them hours to sift through the damage because of the countless trees that were snapped, uprooted from both straight line winds and that tornado. That tornado was EF1 in strength. It touched down near Conover in the Catawba County area, and it was on the ground for 37 miles, ran through Iredell County, and finally lifted in Rowan County. Now, here in Mooresville, it did briefly weaken to an EF0 tornado with those winds probably closer to around 80 miles per hour, but at its peak, it had 110 mile per hour winds, which is almost an EF2 strength. What I think is probably the most remarkable about this tornado is the time that it was on the ground, 37 miles, covering 3 counties. And what was so difficult for the Weather Service in trying to determine what kind of winds kind of knocked down, uproot all these trees, was it was also embedded with straight line winds. We had 80 mile per hour straight line winds in parts of Catawba County as well. Here's Trisha Palmer with the National Weather Service describing how they study the trees to determine what took them down.
We need to see the direction of tree fall. Was it splatted out? Was it in a what we call divergent direction? Was it convergent? Were they falling over each other? Were some of them falling backwards, which is what we'll see more often in a tornado?
And it was a lot of damage to comb through. I mean, when you have 37 miles of that path length, the average tornado path length is about 3 miles. The stronger the tornado, usually the longer the path length can be. But for a very high-end EF1, 37 miles is incredibly long. Hopefully it doesn't take that much longer to clean this up and get the lights back on. Again, many still in the dark here in Mooresville. Now reporting in Mooresville, meteorologist Elisa Rafa, Queen City News.
Elisa.